My name is Nancy Roberts, and I'm an economics professor at Arizona State University. We've been talking about demand and supply, and what I want to do now is formalize our demand and supply model a little bit further by using equations and finding the mathematical equilibrium. And so let's just assume that we have a demand equation, price equals 800 minus 5 QD, that's the equation of my demand. And here's the equation of my supply. Price equals 100 plus 2 quantity supplied. So this is a linear demand curve, this is a linear supply curve, and we can just draw them. And I'll talk about plotting them in a minute. But there's my supply equation, there's my demand equation. And so what we want to do is we want to find what the price is, and we want to find what the output is. And so we can do that just by setting these two equations equal to one another, which I will do right over here. 800 minus 5QD equals 100 plus 2QS. And so we can solve this for Q. And Q equals 100. So that means this is 100. Do this by just moving Q's to one side of the equation and numbers to the other. And then this Q equals 100, you can plug it in either to the demand equation or the supply equation. It doesn't matter. If you put 100 in there, the price turns out to be 300. If you put 100 in there, the price still turns out to be 300. So my price is 300. Now, if we want to find consumer and producer surplus in this market, well, we know this is consumer surplus and we know this is producer surplus. So all we have to do is know what this and what this is, and we've defined our triangle. Well, so here's my demand equation, and the question is, at what price is quantity demanded equal to 0? Because right here, the quantity demanded is equal to 0. So just take this equation, right here, my demand equation, and say, well, if the quantity demanded is 0, what is the price? And it's 800. And to find this point right here, this is the price where the quantity supplied is equal to 0. So again, if we just plug 0 into quantity supplied, we find that that is 100. And so now we can easily find consumer surplus and producer surplus. My consumer surplus is going to be 1/2, the base is 100, and the height is 500. And my consumer surplus is equal to 25,000. My producer surplus is 1/2, the base is 100, and the height is 200. So my producer surplus is 10,000. So again, this is just the simple mathematical solution to a market. We can, and in fact, following this video, there will be some examples of using price floors and price ceilings and see how this distorts the market, how it distorts consumer and producer surplus and distorts the equilibrium. But this is the simple arithmetic of supply and demand.